Hey folks, this is Terrorhead. This is my wizard, and this is going to be a guide on how to build the not bombardment, I'm sorry, explosive blast, explosive blast build on your wizard. This is mainly for rifts only. Uh, let's go ahead and get started with some of the gear here. First of all, let's start off with the weapon. You want the Wand of Woe. 3 additional explosive blasts are triggered after casting explosive blast. So when you're sitting there with an explosive, get away from everything, explosive blast, it'll cast 3 additional ones. And as soon as you hit an elite enemy, this starts to become constant. It's just, it sounds like a machine gun going off. So that's a must. You've got to have that. It's got the 99% explosive blast damage. Uh, your offhand, obviously, you're going to be using the 4-piece Firebird set, and that's so you. The 2-piece set is when you die, a meteor falls from the sky and revives you. The effect has a 60-second cooldown. You will die with this build if you're doing griffs. Greater or regular riffs, yeah, typically you shouldn't die too much. It doesn't. Especially when you start get rolling, and you kill your first elite pack or whatever. You'll start rolling pretty good. The 4-piece set dealing fire damage causes the enemies to take the same amount of damage over 3 seconds, stacking up to 3,000% weapon damage as fire per second. After reaching 3,000% damage per second, the enemy will burn till it dies. So with this build, a lot of times you're going to have that stack. Once you get that stacked up to 3,000%, your enemies are going to just burn to death. So you can run right past them and they'll burn completely to death. The other set piece that you're going to be using is the Talrash's set. I've got the helm, the neck, the helmet, chest piece, gloves, and the pants. So you want to get the full 6-piece set of that. So you will be using a Ring of Royal Grandeur, which I have in the cube. But the effects of this set is damaging enemies with arcane, cold fire, or lightning will cause meteor of the same damage type to fall from the sky. There's an 8-second cooldown for each damage type. I'm using this as a lightning build, plus I've got the fire, obviously, so it's going both ways. You probably need to go towards fire, but it's totally up to you. It's really a personal choice. The 4-piece set, Arcane, Cold Fire, and Lightning attacks each increase of all your resistances by 25% for 8 seconds. So that's going to keep you alive a little bit longer. The 6-piece attacks increase your damage by 500% for 8 seconds. Arcane, Cold Fire, and Lightning attacks each adds 1 stack. At 4 stacks, each different elemental attack extends the duration by 2 seconds, up to a maximum of 8 seconds. So, yeah, there you go. The belt, I'm using gold wrap, mainly for the armor. The amount of gold you picked up, the more armor you get. So, gain armor for 5 seconds equal to the amount of gold picked up. Well, and if you're in the higher torment levels, T8, 9, and 10, you're going to be picking up a lot of gold. So, there you go. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, for my wrists, I have the Nemesis bracers. Mainly for the just the speed, because like I said, once you hit an elite enemy, you proc your Wand of Woe, and it triggers 3 more additional blasts. Therefore, it goes off like that machine gun that I was telling you earlier. And it's also, you can use something else. It don't really matter. This is personal preference due to the fact that I want to get through those rifts as fast as possible. So I'm getting them done within an amount of about 3 to 4 minutes. So that's strictly what this build is for. Is rifts, so I can get the keystones, and then I'll go and grab my other character and whatever. This one will grab my materials and stuff like that. And if I'm low on money, which I am not. You need the Halo of Arlice. Your ice armor now reduces damage from melee attacks by 52% and automatically casts Frost Nova whenever you take 10% of your life in damage. So that automatically procs your Frost Nova. So anytime you hit anytime something hits you and it takes 10% of your life, Frost Nova is gonna freeze them. So that'll give you a little bit of time to get the hell out of the way. The other ring is the Avarice Band. Each time you pick up gold, increase your gold and health pickup radius by 1 yard for 10 seconds, stacking up to 30 times. So you'll be able to pick up gold like a half the size of your screen. So that comes in real nice. Let's see, I think that's about it on the set pieces and all that. The legendary gems that you need. One is the Wreath of Lightning. 15% chance to hit, gain a Wreath of Lightning, dealing 12, depending on how high you got it leveled up. Mine's a level ranked 60, so I've been working on this one for a while. Damages lightning every second to nearby enemies for 3 seconds, while under the effect of Wreath of Lightning, gain 25% increased movement speed. So that's really what that's in there for. It's for the lightning speed, or something like, I guess you can call it lightning speed. But yeah, the 25% increased movement speed is nice. You kind of need that. Let's see. And the Boon of a Hoarder. I have never used this damn thing other than for this build and this build alone. Chance on killing an enemy cause an explosion of gold, which increases your movement speed for 30% for 2 seconds after picking up gold. Well, you're constantly picking up gold, so you're pretty much hauling ass at all times on this build. And then the third gem, I don't think there's a build in Diablo that doesn't use Bane of the Trapped. Gain an aura that reduces movement speed. Nope, that's not it. That's the freaking ring. What am I talking about? Increased damage against enemies under the effects of controlled impairing effects by, however, I've got mine at 37.5. Each time you pick up gold, increase your gold. I don't know why I'm reading that to you guys. That's not what I'm needing to read. Anyways, instead of me being an idiot, let's go over the skills. Your primary, obviously, is going to be Explosive Blast. You're going to use Chain Reaction. Instead of single explosions, release a chain of 3 consecutive explosions, each dealing 520% weapon damage as fire. Secondary is going to be the Conjuration of Storm Armor and Scramble. Increase your movement speed by 25% for 3 seconds when you are hit by a melee or ranged attack. So there you go. And Diamond Skin. Transform your skin into diamonds for 3 seconds, absorbing up to 40% of your life damage from incoming attacks. And then Prism. Reduce the arcane power cost of all skills by 9 while Diamond Skin is active. And Escapability. You're going to use defense and teleport. Safe Passage. For 5 seconds after you teleport, you take 25% less damage. This is just a signature spell. It releases a medium range pulse 3 unpredictable charges of electricity that deal 240% weapon damage as lightning. You want the piercing orb. That's just giving you a lightning proc and so on and so forth. Then Frost Nova, Frozen Mist. I've tried others. It just doesn't work. A lot of people, they want to use Deep Freeze, but we're not in it for the crit hit chance or anything like that. We need just straight up weapon damage. And this Frost Nova no longer freezes enemies, but instead leaves behind a mist of frost that deals 950% weapon damage as cold over 8 seconds. So you're getting that on top of what is in my cube. So your passive skills here, you're going to go with Evocation, reduce all cooldowns by 20%. Illusionist, when you take more than 15% of your maximum life and damage within 1 second, the cooldown on Mirror Image, Slow Time, and Teleport are reset. So once I take 15% of damage, I can teleport. Boom, 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 boom. So that comes in nice. Audacity, you deal 30% damage to enemies within 15 yards. So the area damage there, that really helps. And Elemental Exposure. Damaging enemies with Arcane Cold Fire or Lightning will cause them to take 5% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds. Each different damage type applies a stack, stacking up 4 times. Well, we're pretty much using every type of... We're using Fire, Lightning, Cold. I mean, we're using it all, so it's all going to be stacking up. As far as paragons, obviously I'm pretty high paragons, but you want obviously you want the 25% max on the movement speed. I've got it all the way up just because I've got enough paragons to just but you got to get at least 25%. You want more if you can, but 25% movement speed, and then basically the rest on intelligence. Uh, then here, what you'd probably want to do here is probably crit hit chance, crit hit damage, cooldown, and then attack speed. Attack speed's probably the last one to do on this one because you don't really need it because you're doing the bombardment build. Defense, I would definitely go resist all. First thing I would fill up, then life, regen, armor, and then life. Your utilities, I would definitely go life on hit, resource cost, area damage, and then gold find. As for that, and then in your cube, this build will not work without the Ingeom. Your skills cooldown are reduced by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. Just won't work. Warzechian arm guards. Every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain short burst of speed. You can change this out with hexing pants. You can, because you're constantly moving. So the hexing pants works here. I've seen people use that, but I like this one because it just makes me faster, and I'm all about speed and getting through the rift. I don't really care to waste any time. I'm hardly even picking up legendaries. I'm hauling ass through it. And then obviously the Ring of Royal Grandeur, you need that so you can use the 4-piece and 6-piece set. But other than that, that's the build. Let's go ahead and jump into a rift and let me show you what it looks like real quick. And typically I'm going through these rifts in about 3 minutes or less, so this ought to be an interesting map here. Once I get my first elite killed here, wherever he's at. Pylon, there we go. They got my first elite, so now we should be on a roll here.
Still waiting.
Look at that. That's pretty fast. It works pretty good. Okay, kill your elites, mowing them through. Pick up the gold, get you going a little faster. Me, I don't really worry about my arcane or whatever it's called. Just let it run out. This build will do its job, whether you have some or not. Not all that important on this build. Yeah, there, I mean, flying through it, boys. Like even screwing around a little bit. Stuck. Blood Shard Goblin. Nice. We'll take it.
If only they could see me now.
Oh, are we going to be able to get to the Rift Guardian on the first map? I mean, it's a big map.
The Rift God.
Look at there. Holy shit. Alright, pick up my stones and get rid of these guys. And what'd that take me? 2 minutes? That takes nothing at all, man. I mean, so this is, if you're needing to get stocked up on materials and whatever else, this is a great build to do it. Be sure to hit like, subscribe if you'd like to. Hit me up with some comments of what I could do better. Again, this is Terrorhead, 1985. Year I was born. It's a great year. Peace out.